Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm for Classic and welcome to BenchART. So for today we have in here again Clair Obscur Expedition 33. This game have been incredibly well received by the RPG fans, especially turn-based fans. I didn't play much, but I was completely I don't know how to even say. It is a very good game apparently, especially on the narrative side. At the very beginning of the game, it is amazing. But I'm not in here to talk about the game. I'm here to talk about the performance that you can get with the mere GTX 1650 Super. So my previous main GPU that I did upgrade now to an FX 6700 XT. So I still do cover the 1650 Super, but I usually just cover like during the weekends or holidays or something like that, and I try to pick up all the games that I haven't tested on it. So there might be a delay in delivering of these videos, but I still think that you will enjoy them none of the less. So first of all, let me just say that on the requirements, all the GPUs that they do specify that you need have a minimum of 6 gigabytes of VRAM, so that might be an issue with the game. I tried the beginning and even this early section of the game, and I didn't have any issues with the VRAM aside from a couple of stutterings that I didn't add on my AMD card with more VRAM. But it was just that, it is absolutely playable, and as you can see, even at the low settings, it does look really well. So yeah, I'm currently at 1080p low settings. It is not enough for. By the way, I'm using TSR at 70%. So essentially, we are upscaling from pretty much 750p more and less. All right, to 1080p using TSR. I'm not using FSR since it's not available in here. That is Intel XeSS, but I do feel that TSR it is superior since Intel XeSS have a lot of ghosting on the particles. Um, the second thing is that, yeah, despite it is on the low settings, it does look really good. The only downside I see is really the popping of the grass, but you can personalize that and raise the foliage quality and the VM distance to median if you want. But all the rest, it does work. It does hold on pretty well in my opinion, and it does work great. Yeah, we are not getting 60 frames per second in here, that's for sure. Yes, we are upscaling, but I mean, the performance it is above 30. The 1% lows, although they are under 30 due to some couple of stutterings or frame time issues. At the end of the day, this is still on the Unreal Engine 5, running on a 4 gigabyte graphic card. So on Unreal Engine 5, it is bad as it is when it comes to frame times. So it is even worse when running in a GPU that doesn't have too much VRAM for their systems. But still, as you can see, performance it is above than 30. So the Series S, for example, if you want to have a comparison with the consoles, the Series S also runs at 30 frames per second, and in some cutscenes it does even drop below than that. Reflections of the Series S, it seems to be not even available on the PC, since when you put it on low, um, it still has better reflections than the Series S, and even the Lumen GI seems to be working a touch above than the Series S. So I think it is running pretty well. I'm actually surprising how well it is running. I was expecting it to run very poorly, or even worse than the Series S, or the texture quality to be very bad for the 4 gigabytes of VRAM. But no, it does look really well. I'm very surprised, and I highly recommend you, in case you are holding on to play it with a better hardware or something. I mean, that's not really too much of a difference aside from the major pop-in, just like I said. Um, you can just raise the VM distance or the foliage to median, and I think you will be alright. And the core experience will be the same. But yeah, you won't be having 60 frames per second. Some people might be pissed with that, since despite this is a turn-based game, it still demands that you have a very good timing balance or timing twitch trigger um, to do kind of dodges and parry in the correct time. So now I'm moving on to median settings, but keeping textures on low. Just keep in mind that I try to change throughout multiple different texture qualities, even on my RX 6700 XT, and I haven't noticed too much of a difference, or not a difference at all. But still, I'm just going to keep it on low, just to make sure that nothing consumes more VRAM. At median settings, it also performs above than 30, but this time around you have better shadows and much better lighting in my opinion, and obviously that draw distance is much improved. I still think that this is probably my recommended setting. Alright, I did try the low and median, but I would probably go with median, and if I had issues with the performance I would drop kind of a setting or two. I would probably begin with the shadow quality, and the second one probably global illumination. You know, all these settings, they must be demanding. I would go throughout that, and I would leave probably post-processing on median, I don't know, full image quality and draw distance at median, and I would probably reduce all the rest if I had issues with the performance. When I say I had issues with the performance, it's trying to have an experience above than 30 frames per second. So these are the only settings that I did try. Clair Obscur Expedition 33. I tried on high, but performance dropped immediately to 2726, so I don't think that it is enough. 1440p, it is completely out of the question because of VRAM issues. So that's the only two playable presets, at least, that I decide to try it out for this game. So with this, I'm going to shut up myself in here and let you enjoy a little bit of gameplay. So I think that's all, guys. Thank you a lot for watching, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
Is that a house?
Looks abandoned. The indigo tree is not too far from here. If anyone else made it, they'll regroup there.
Yeah. Here we are, huh?
Yeah. The continent. The indigo tree's over there. Let's push forward.